Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm just going to put this right on record right now because even though it's dating this, I'm just going to say after 4.5 days, I still have snow and ice on my yard in Florida. I don't know how you do it, sir. I just don't get it. Even Battle Cat is here and she's perplexed because she wants to go outside. She's like, no, it's too cold. How are you?
I'm good. We're getting a pretty good warm up. You should be getting the same warm up, I would think.
We are, and that's what's so perplexing. It's just take because at night it still freezes, so it,
Oh,
it it thaws during the day, doesn't thaw very much because I have a very shady yard, and then at night it just all
gotcha.
refreezes. So it's getting there, but wow, I still walk out and I look outside and like, well, half the yard's still covered in snow and ice. So there you go. The weather report from sunny North Florida. We survived snowpocalypse, only
Ah,
just.
good. Ah, good, good.
But I'm not going to let that delay what we're doing here, which is our grand rematch of scenario number 8. I move at once, and I loved the title of it because it sounds so. I move at once. We had a great time last time, so of course this is your normal admonition. If you've not watched the first one, you're not going to understand any of the rules because we do go through those specifically. So stop here, go back and watch it. If you move forward after this, after we've said that, well, that's on you, man. That's not on us. But we do want you to hopefully enjoy both of them as bookends because then you get to see both play styles. And apparently, we do strive to try something a little different each time as we both take each side. So I think we only had one correction I found on the video last time, and then one that Holger, of course, pointed out to us. So thank you, Holger. We'll talk about that momentarily in setup. But do you have any thoughts this week as you prepare to switch sides?
This one's going to be so variable. I mean, there's really no way. I mean, in terms of what I do, obviously you have your setup, then I've got to react to that setup, and then you get to choose your. It's kind of interesting that there's really kind of one victory point location, and which one you choose will depend on what I do. And there's really no way to plan for how this is going to go.
And it is so fast that you just have to pivot and adjust with the dice rolls. Even
Yep.
not only for setup, but just as it's going. Because really, I mean, it is a two-turn scenario. But you're setting up on the first turn, trying to get somewhere in preparation, telegraphing exactly what you plan to do, and then hopefully executing in the second turn before time runs out. And
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, you only have so many fatigues each unit,
exactly,
and
exactly.
and I know people, and I agree that the longer scenarios and the advanced games definitely bring the whole GCAW system into play with managing fatigues, but these shorter ones have that sort of a stopwatch. You only have so much time as fatigues to get something done. So
Right. Yeah, and I've likened it to the currency that you spend. Time
yeah,
time is your
exactly.
currency as fatigues, and
That's better.
when you only have essentially seven, because if you go all the way to four on day one, then you only get three the next day. So you've got maybe seven good moves, and
Yep.
tears are going to follow on the second day because the extended marches are just going to eat you up probably, and you just can't realistically plan to do that whole hog. I mean, you certainly can in one and turn two turn scenarios, but it's at your hazard. And
Yep.
you have to play a completely different way. If this was a tournament and Roger and I are like, I've got to get the fourth seed, I have to just do everything I can. Well, yeah, we're going to play differently than if we have, like, okay, I've got 8 turns before supply, and I don't have to factor this, and that crossroads isn't going anywhere. So yeah, yeah, there obviously limitations to what you realistically are experiencing in the basic scenarios, and we hope our playthrough of all of these is kind of giving you an indication of that. Not that they're bad, but that they are completely different. And the real heart of this whole system is okay. I have put away childish things, and I have moved on to the advanced campaign. And I'm thinking about, oh, what happens if I blow up that bridge and it rains? Ooh, that'll be really awesome. Stuff like that.
Or as I've done so many times, had in my head, I got to remember to destroy that bridge, and I pass, and then you pass, and I go, why didn't I
Why
destroy
didn't
that
I do
bridge?
that?
What was
Where's the engineers? God
I?
bless it.
What was I thinking? Or
Right.
in trench, it's like did that just the other day. It was like, ah man.
And I will say that that's one thing that I lovingly shake my fist at Alberto, because if you and I were playing at a table and we did not do that as part of our recovery, because we've become so dependent on hit the sunshine recovery, and then everybody that
Oh
didn't
yeah,
move just automatically digs. So we've become, dependent on it in some
yeah,
ways. You got to think about that stuff. So
yeah. And I like the system has done it with some very simple tweaks from campaign to campaign. It's able, I think, to move towards a fairly realistic simulation or emulation, as you were, with just some very simple tweaks.
and not to get too far afield, but on that same point, a lot of folks will house rule stuff. If you don't like Roger getting 26 initiatives in a row, then you can, in your own at your own table, if you want to cap it at 5 and then just automatically say, okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
Union, you get a turn now. You can do that, but I does that really happen historically? I mean, were there some generals that were just like, whatever, I'm not moving today.
I just finished up. It's not Stonewall in the Valley. I don't have the book in front of me. It's about the 1862 campaign and how often the Union generals, Fremont Banks in particular, didn't react, just didn't move.
These mountains are so pretty. We don't want to march. Yeah,
Well, they weren't sure what to do, so the
right.
answer was to do nothing.
Yeah.
And Jackson was just going hell for leather. And sorry, people want to. Anyway, we've
we
really
Hey,
digressed today,
that's
haven't we?
okay. That's okay. They they come for the hex encounters, but they stay for our diatribes. That's fine.
I guess so. Anyway, enough of that.
Well, let's get back on track, and
Yeah,
we will
let's see.
start some setting up here. I of course pulled the rule book just to double check myself. So I start with Johnston and Walker, and they are over here, just at Tougaloo,
Right.
and I get to roll 2 dice, minimum of 4, maximum is 10.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm hoping to put myself in a position somewhere around here. But let's see. Here is my 2d6 for them. It's an 8. Nice. That's average. Okay. And there is no
Okay.
limitation on them. They can be in the same hex. Yes, one or spread out. Okay. So let's move them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very nice. Okay. Then I move on to the 3 individual core. Let's see. I will start with, and these have to be. I'm just double checking. I have to be
You roll 3 dice, and they have to be set up individually by division.
right, and then they've got
Only
to
one
be
division may be placed per hex.
in or north of 21. Okay, so this is my cutoff point. All right, so let's start with 3 dice, and minimum is 9, max is 16. Here's a 1 and 2. Oh,
Oh, that's
well, look at
14. That's
that.
pretty good.
That is pretty good. Okay, so 14. Bowen is going 14. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's put him in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And luring. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm going to spread them out. Okay. And do I want to spread these
So,
guys out? Yeah, I'm going to spread these guys here a little bit. Um, so that was at 12. I think that's good. Now, the only difference, I made 2 mistakes last week, and they were both on McClernand. I think on both of them, but yours have to be 1 division per, which I did not do. I stacked them all up. Not that it helped me very much, but also on the Raymond, I at this point like went here and followed the railroad, and I should have gone to this road, and then that would have shorted me one. So just to keep in mind that there's no road there directly from here to here. So that is a significant one. Thank you so much, Holger, for pointing that out. I don't know how much that's going to impact Roger this time. I think up here it does because now you've got to spread everybody along the railroad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I will leave it to you then.
So I'll put Logan there, Crocker there. So I'm gonna put Hovey here. Keep Grant with McPherson. Yeah, as you point out, I have to be on a road. So I'm gonna take AJ Smith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. McClernand there. Carr's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 5, so it can be short. Okay. I was just making sure I didn't have to go like 1, 2, 3. You end up over Chapel Hill Church or over somewhere
And I
south.
really like that you thought ahead and had Hovey down on that end, unlike what I did. Like, I'll just stick him in Clinton. Yeah, why wouldn't you have him near his boss?
Okay, so that's it for those 2 core. Okay. I think I did all that correctly. Let me count the hexes again. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and now I get to choose the big one, and I'm occupying Brownsville and Tabor, so that would be easy. But I'm going to get the first move, so why wouldn't I pick Baptist Cemetery and deprive you of 3 victory points and really encourage us to fight? So I think
I, would, I was a coward.
well, you also
I
were
admit it.
way back here at New Hope Church, so I'm going to pick Baptist Cemetery. So I'm going to remove the other ones from the game, and Meridianville, those disappear, and so we're fighting over Baptist Cemetery, and I'm going to immediately give myself 3 victory points just to show your negative.
Yep.
Okay, and I get the first free initiative. And yes, that does seem like the appropriate thing. Walker is going to. Oh, good luck to you, sir.
Yep.
I
Good luck to
I
you.
know today is going to be completely different.
Yeah, already. It's already
Alrighty.
started.
All right. So yeah, let's have Walker activate everybody here. We will get a movement. Well, there you go. The fates tell me that I should just do one big hex move to Baptist Cemetery, and everyone is there. Okay, so here's our first real initiative. It's a low tie. That's a union.
I'm going to start with McClernand and his core. Everybody. Do I want to do everybody? Yeah, I guess I need to do everybody. Danger of doing everybody is what's going to happen right here. On the other hand, we've already rolled 3 1s in a row, so it certainly can't be another
We've got them all out. I got them for you, so yeah, I flushed them for you.
On the other hand, just above that, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s in a row. So there's 2. 100% better. So that'll be a 3. Take what we got, I guess. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay, so we will continue towards the link up here. So I'm going to have Bowen activate Green and Cockrell. Here's their movement. It's 4. All right, Bowen and Cockrell will go first. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Green will go 1, 2, and 3 to their initiative. That is a low tie. That's yours.
Probably the same 4 fellas. Their movement. 6 movement points. Well, they come for the show, right? Well, McClernand will transfer to Carr. He's going to do a 1 hex move to there. He'll attack Hillman on the march. Let's show some fighting today. So Pipe's going to be a +1. Tactical's a +1. The ratio's a +1. I have artillery not covered at 2-2. And that's going to be a -1, I believe, on rolling automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So the final is going to be a +2 because there's obviously no flank. Is that what you see?
3 up, 1 down, +2.
Okay, so here's the attack roll. It's a 5.
Okay, nice middling roll. Here's the defense. Come on, Tillman. Ooh!
Ah,
He blunts McClernand.
that's a -1 on 6 or 7, 7. 1D for me.
And 2F for me.
Well, I was hoping to get Tillman out of there so I could then do this. 1, 2, and get a full flank on Loring, but that's not going to happen. So, and I have no flank. So Hovey's just going to stop. Osterus will go 1, 2, 3. AJ Smith will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. That's mine.
And this is one of those times, kids, where we put the tutorial hat on, that knowing that he still had 2 units marching, I sat there and said, should I voluntarily retreat Tillman, get him into a safe spot? Because, and I was like, I didn't do it. He already started marching. It's cool. So, next initiative, I'm like, I'll get Tillman out of there. No, in fact, I won't. So I'm thinking, wave 2, maybe?
Let's see. If I try this again, it'd be the exact same thing. Then I'd have to get the next initiative. We'll take Logan and Crocker. McPherson. There's their movement +1. It's 4. Pearson and Grant will stay with Logan. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Crocker will go 1, 2 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I will have Loring activate Tillman. Here's his movement +2. Boo! Here's extended march. He's okay. He's simply going to go there. Initiative. Mine again. Alright. I will have Stevenson activate Pemberton. Or excuse me, Stevenson will activate Barton. Here is his movement +2. 4. He'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Grant activate Logan and Crocker. Here's their movement. 6. They'll transfer to Crocker. They're just going to take the high ground. Logan's going to go 1, 2 to there. We're going to stop there. Initiative. Oh, good choice, Roger.
Good choice. Alright. We're going to have Bowen activate both of them. And they will go to fatigue level 2. Here's their movement. 7. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. Here's yours.
Yeah, so we'll take Logan, take 3, and Crocker again. Here's their movement. It's 3. They'll stay with Crocker. Here's Logan's extend, and I get a -1. So it's a +1, -1 for, so just straight up die roll. He's okay. So he's just going to go 1 and 2 to there. And I'm not going to put up a flanks refused. I don't think that's necessary. Here's Crocker's extend. He's okay. He's just going to do a min move to there. Okay. Initiative. That's mine. Coming down here to the south. Take Blair. Here's his movement. So that's just a 1 movement point.
He learned marching from ransom, yeah.
So we will force march him, I guess. So he's going to flip to disorganize. So he's got 1 movement point right now. Here's his force march, which adds 2, min 2, I believe, right on force marching.
Yeah, min 2, yep.
So he gets a total of 3 movement points. 1, 2, and 3.
We don't really want to relieve Raymond, sir.
No, apparently not. Probably should have waited till fatigue 2, but I was hoping to get him up closer to Clinton. Initiative. That's mine. Given he didn't get very far, I'm going to leave him where he is. So pick up Tuttle and Steele under Sherman. Here's their movement. They're going to head this way. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. Initiative. That's yours.
Let's have old Gist move. The great target of this scenario. Just move it +1. Oh, go Gist go. All right, he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. That's high ties. That's mine. I'll take Gist 2. His movement +1. 6. This guy knows how to march. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. Mine. Okay. Let's move. Stevenson will activate Cumming and A.W. Reynolds. Just movement +2. 4. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. High tides mine. I'm going to pass for the moment.
Sherman will try his 2 guys again. Well, this is becoming very unfortunate.
I believe he was misquoted. I think he said marching is all hell.
Okay, Sherman will transfer to Tuttle, and he's going to force march. So he's going to flip to disorganize again. So once again, I have 2 movement points this time to start with. Here's his force march roll. Okay, that's a 5, so he picks up an additional 4. So his total, so Tuttle can go 6 movement points. He's going to lose a manpower in the process. So he can go up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steele will also force march. So he starts off with 2. He gets 3, so he picks up an additional 2, so he can go 4 movement points for Steele. And he also loses a manpower. So you can go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
Let's have Stevenson activate the 3 in range again. And movement +2. Right. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Initiative. Mine again. I'm going to pass again. Let's see what you're going to do.
Question, what am I going to do? We'll try to see if Ransom will move at all. Hey, Ransom's on fire.
It comes prior to the backstretch.
That's yours.
I don't know. That threat of ransom approaching.
Changes everything,
It
doesn't it?
does. It does. Yeah, I'm kind of loath to move. I want to keep some inertia here, so I'll pass again.
I'm going to go ahead and take Blair. You won't recover. But the numbers aren't, that -3 really creates a problem, doesn't it? Looking at the math on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. It's mine again. Try ransom again. Here's his movement. 2. 1 and 2. Initiative. It's mine. Take ransom to T3. Here's his movement. 2. Here's his extend straight up. He's okay. He's go 1 and 2. Initiative. That's yours.
I'll pass.
I try to pick up some of these points I've got. Route. Somehow. They're still on the board, so. Well, I think the way the points are going, I don't think I've got a lot of choice here. We'll have Sherman take Tuttle and Steele to T3. Here's their movement. All right. This will be Sherman will stay with Tuttle. Here's his extend. It's straight up. +1, -1. Roll to 1 at least. 1 and 2. Here's Steele's extend. He's going to do 6 plus. It's just a straight up 6. On 10 is 1 manpower loss. You can go 1 and 2. Initiative. That's mine. We'll have Hovey activate for movement. Here's his movement roll. Damn. Could have been worse. Here's his extend. He only has 2 movement points, which is enough to make a normal attack. And he's going to attack Featherstone. So if this is just going to be a straight up attack, tactical, the ratio's covered. Tactical is even. I have 3 + 3 pieces of artillery, and that's it. I don't see any other. There's no flank, and I'm attacking Featherstone because if I attack Buford, it's the same thing, but it's +1 flank, -1 tactical. So I'm going to attack Featherstone, even up.
Okay.
4. Damn.
Here's the defense.
Yep.
Man, 2 6s for me today. Jeez.
So that's on a 9. It's going to be 2D for me.
And fatigue for him.
For those of you who are wondering, what I'm looking at is the points, and I was trying to get Featherstone out of there, set up a +4 flank, trying to get that route.
Yep.
First route points.
Yeah, 4 points right there, yeah.
And to try to offset, because I don't think the way I'm rolling, obviously, to get you out of Baptist Cemetery and clear you completely out of Baptist Cemetery, I have to get the 18 points. Just getting the 12 to take it isn't enough with you to have a unit adjacent. So I don't think I can completely clear you out of there. So I felt like I needed to get some route points somewhere. And since Sherman decided he's not marching today,
But we really liked Jackson. We don't want to leave Jackson.
I felt like that was my only option down there, which is what I was trying to set up initially. Initiative. That's mine. Geez Louise. Geez Louise. Take Blair to Teague 3. Now he gets a 6. That would have been helpful for Hovey. Not that it would have made a difference, but and
The
here's his
orders were in
extend.
all caps this time, so it's like get
Even
over.
up, he's okay. He's a 5. Do I dare put him right up next to? Not yet. 1, 2, 3. Gonna stop there behind the creek. Walker's a 7. That's a good chance getting all 3 in there. Plus, you'd have Johnson for another. That would be 12 to 5, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 attack. Yeah, I can't afford to give up the route points either. It's mine again, getting the initiatives for what it's worth. Take Ransom to T, 4. Here's his movement, 3. Here's his extend. This will be plus 1, plus 2, minus 1. And he's going to flip to disorganize. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's mine. That's great. I'm going to pass.
I'm gonna activate Buford and Featherstone with Loring. Here is the movement. Great movement. Loring and Buford just go to there. And Featherstone is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Initiative. It's mine. I'll pass.
I'll pass as well.
Okay. And then we'll hit the recover. All looks like it's recovered. It is turn 2. Okay. Turn 2 is here. The big finish, as it were. So, what leader transfers would you like to do?
We'll start by taking McClelland and moving him over to Hovey. I'll leave McPherson where he is. Sherman where he is. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So that's it.
I'm going to move Pemberton. Yeah, he can just get to Loring. So I'll move him back down there to oversee the orderly evacuation. And Stevenson will stay where he is. And I think that's everybody that I want to move at the moment. So that's all for me.
Okay.
Would you like to give us our first initiative?
Sure. Yep, yours.
Okay. Loring, activate Buford and Tillman. Slightly more pressing. So Buford and Tillman. Here's movement plus 2. Big movement. Okay. Tillman will go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to there. Buford, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Okay. Let's have Stevenson activate his 3 divisions there, or his 3 brigades there. Here's movement plus 2. Wow. I'm getting all the 6s today, Roger, and you're getting all the 1s. Okay. So Barton will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next crew will go 1, 2, 3. And A.W. Reynolds will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative. It's mine. I'll pass for the moment.
Sherman will activate Tuttle and Steel. Here's their movement. Hey, Sherman, what happened?
Stern orders from the War Department.
Steele's going to go first. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Tuttle's going to go 1, 2, 3. Initiative. That's yours.
Stevenson will activate A.W. Reynolds and Barton to 2. Here's movement. Whew. Stevenson's going to transfer to Barton, and they're going to march in place. And A.W. Reynolds is going to go and join the stack. Initiative. That's mine. Loring will activate Buford and Tillman again. Here's movement. 4. Tillman will go first. He's got an extended march. He's okay. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. That's yours.
You just stacked up. You've got. Well, McClernand will activate all 4 of his divisions. Here's their movement. It's 4. These roads are terrible. Carr's going to go first. Here's his extend. Straight up, +1, -1. He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. A.J. Smith's going to go 1 to there. Cleveland's going to go 1, 2, 3. Ostrus is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. It's mine. Going to have A.J. Smith, Carr, Cleveland. Here's his movement. Swear. Swear, 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 swear. Here's Carr will go first. Here's his extend. This will be +1. He's okay. He's going to go to there. A.J. Smith's going to do a mid-move to there, and he's going to flip to disorganize. Initiative. Fine. Okay, McClernand. Taking Hovey to fatigue 3. He's going to attempt an assault on Lee. Did I move him or do I do an assault? Well, I need a 1, 2, or 3, or a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Right? I just needed, or I could have gotten I was like, but I rolled a 5. So I could have moved. But I thought I had a better chance of getting initiative. Mine. Well, take him to fatigue 4. Same decision. 4, 5.
Yeah, now it's worse because of the.
He's done.
Yeah, you have to try the assault now.
Yeah. Hey, it comes off. So, type +1. Tactical. I get a tactical +1. Ratio is covered. Artillery is covered. And I have a final flank of a +4.
Woohoo!
So this will be a final of a +6 attack. Okay, so here we go.
My face is cringing with you, Ed, sir. I mean,
I realized I've been swearing under my breath. I caught it the last time. Okay, he's gonna have to edit that out because we got a family show.
Well, when you kept saying swear, I'm like, I've got to edit all that out. This is a family show, sir. All right. Well, here's the big defense. I mean, I can roll ones just as well. So here we go.
Not today.
Oh, okay. So it is a two. You get me out of there.
That's not what I
Um,
needed, though. I needed the route.
you needed the route, yeah.
I needed the route.
You score a retreat point, so let's give you that.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's
Plus
all
two,
turning around for old Gil.
5 is DR, and at least it's just a DA for me.
Three,
So he's already
two.
D'd out anyway.
Yeah, okay. And he's gonna flip, and so he has to go that way for one. And then I will take the additional free ones to go two. I'll stick them with Pemberton, three to there.
And you know what? He's not going to take the hex because I want to keep him within
Yeah.
command radius of Osterhus. I really needed those 4 points. I needed the route. I needed the first route. I needed to cut into this deficit. It's all right. Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. I always forget, especially when you have a Union Corps with 4 divisions, how much damage McClellan can do. Like on that last one where you were setting it up, and it's like, oh, he's only got to move one, and he's only got to move one, and all of a sudden you got a full flank, and you never realize it because on the Confederate side, it's just like, oh, I've got these pieces that are so scattered and small. For the moment, I'm gonna activate Tillman to 3, and here's his movement. Jeez. All right. Here's extended march of +1. Okay, well, it all evens out. So he flips, rather. Um, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. That's yours.
I think I'm going to use McClellan to activate Osterhus. And AJ Smith still has some gas in his tank. He's going to need to roll really well to be useful, though. Yeah, I might as well take AJ Smith. Here's their movement, +1. Hell is that about? McClellan transfer to Osterhus. So he can go 2 hexes. Got to get him further than that. We'll take AJ Smith first. He's got to roll for extend, so this will be straight up +1 -1. He's okay, but he can only go 2 hexes. And it's going to take 3 to go wherever he goes. You know, I guess I want to put in there. I got to force march Osterhus. I'm not force marching to the crowd because I want to. Let me explain. I'm force marching because these guys are rolling ones.
You don't have to justify yourself to them.
And I don't want to, but if he only goes to 2002, 1, 2, 3, I've got to get him up closer. So I'm force marching him. So he starts off with 2 movement points. Here's his force march. He picks up an additional 4, so he has 6 movement points. And he loses a manpower. So I get it. I mean, it cost me basically 3 combat points. I get it. I understand. But 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. I had to get him up close to the combat area. Initiative. That's yours.
I'm going to have Loring activate Featherstone to 1. Here's movement. I'm just going to transfer 2 and march in place. Initiative. That's mine. I will pass.
I'm going to take Crocker and Blair. So here's their movement roll. Doesn't really matter because I think they're only going to move 1 hex, but you might get incredibly lucky. Yeah, that's all they're going to get, of course. Grant and McPherson are going to transfer to Blair. Crocker's going to do a zoc to zoc and flip, and they're just going to come up to here. Okay, initiative. That's yours.
So you have 5 hexes covered right now, and
You
both
come
of
off.
them would come off, right? So
Yeah, no
it
flank.
does not behoove me to put a flanks refuse up and give you an automatic 1. I'll have Lee march to 4. Here's his movement plus 1. 5. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to there.
Well, I got to make you roll extended march for that guy.
Oh yeah, here we go. Extend march plus 1. He's okay. Initiative. That's yours.
Oh, okay. Okay, ladies and germs.
Your ticket pays for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
So we'll try this with Blair, attacking Johnston's hex with McPherson. So here's the attempt. It's a 2, so that comes off. Grant for a grand assault. Ah, I roll a 6 on that. What are the odds?
About 1 in 6. No.
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty ugly. Get a type of a +1, and that's it for pluses. So you've got how many in there now? I counted this up multiple times. Now you have 17 to 5. So that's
Yes.
going to be a -3.
Yeah, -3. Huh?
So the ratio is a -3. This may not even be. He doesn't even have a chance, perhaps. You are on. Is it clear terrain there? No, it's rolling terrain. You've got not that much artillery, really. 1, 2, 3,
4 pieces to your 3.
3. So it's a -1. On rolling is a -1. And there's, as we've talked about, 5 hexes are covered, but 2 come off because you've got friendlies on those 2 hexes. And there's no creek. And so it's going to be 1 up and 4 down for a final of a -3.
-3.
Okay, here's the attack roll. Hey,
There
you're
you
telling
go.
me there's a chance.
Yeah, 50-50. Okay, here's mine. And it's a 3.
So it's an even up. And I went in with 5. So that's, I might actually get a manpower loss. No, so close.
Yeah, and I was really close to 1D as well, so I get it to D for me, so they all 1, 2, 3, and flip.
At least you're
That's the,
flipped.
yep, that's part 1.
Decrease manpower to 5. So he's done for the day. So it's now 4 manpower losses for me.
It is.
So right now I see a -6 because I've got -4 for manpower, -3 for you having Baptist Cemetery, and then I get a +1 for my retreat.
Right.
Here we go. That's mine again. Okay, Sherman. So what are you down to now? You're down to 5 + 8, 13. Yeah, I need them both. Oh, no, this is going to fail too. Tuttle and Steel. Need them both. Sherman's a 6, so here we go.
This is the most reticent Sherman I've ever seen in all the games. He is in these 2, I think these 2 scenarios that we've played back to back. He's like, nope, don't wanna.
I've got my mouth very tightly closed. Initiative, that's yours.
Okay. So yes, I need to then supplement some manpower in here.
You don't need
Make
to.
it. All right. I need to make it untenable. So that would be that. This is the puzzle part because if you start breaching, then you start surrounding, and I don't have enough to do flanks refused. The most pressing thing is you're gonna try Sherman again. I'll have Gist. go to 1, and he's going to roll, get some movement, and he's just going to join the crew. That gives you 2 to 1 over there, but that's a little better. All right, initiative. That is low ties. That's yours.
So you've now gone up to 6, 8, 14, which is one more than I have, unless I get the grand. My big division is Logan. Can I get Logan into this fight at all? Not easily. I think the most likely thing is this, what I'm going to try, I think, which is the Sherman, and hope to get the grand to cover the ratio and the artillery. Because Tillman's got 5 with 3 artillery pieces. McClellan only has 3 and 2. Bowen has 10 with 5 artillery pieces. Somehow I got to get Logan in the fight, but I can't figure out how to get him over there in time. You can just counter easily. Plus, that opens up a flank attack on McClellan's hex. So, yep. Title's going to go to Fatigue 3, as is Steel. Here's the core assault attempt. Hey! It comes off. How about Grant for the grand? Of course not, because the rules say ties don't count for army assaults. So the type's +1.
Now, we'll leave it to historians as to whether or not he was in his tent imbibing, but some say yes, some say no.
Yeah. Oh, so it's get a +1 for type. And that's it for the pluses. I do have 5 hexes covered, but 2 come off. Now we're going to start piling up the negatives again. I have 13 manpower to your now, count this up, 8, 11, 14. So the ratio is going to be a -1. Artillery is going to be, I have 5 pieces to your 6. So that's going to be a -1 for artillery.
So 5 to 5.
Oh, is it?
But, yeah, it's still -1 either way.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Okay. And no flank, no terrain, no rain, no other bonuses. Sherman should have a bonus. I'm saying Sherman has a bonus. Home run. House roll. House roll. So I see a final of a -1.
That's what I see. 1 up, 2 down.
Okay, -1. That's terrible, but not great. It's a 1.
And here's the defense. That's 1.
Jeez. Okay. So I went in with 13, which is going to be at least 1 manpower loss. Yep.
And I'm still at the same. So now they're just all completely fatigued out.
And I'll take it off of steel, not that it matters. And that puts me at 5 manpower losses.
It does.
Roll for initiative. It's mine. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do here. Take Logan. Here's his movement. He'll go to Tinnen. See how many of these I can get in a row here. Oh, not enough. It's yours.
Okay. I guess it makes sense to continue to pass. You do what you're going to do.
Okay, take Logan, fatigue 2. He's still outside of range of McPherson because of the Zoc. So just straight up. 5. He's just going to stumble into there. Initiative. Yours. Oh.
Now it becomes a little more dangerous. I mean, part of me wants to like go on the offensive here, but all that would do would be just give away potential.
You've got plenty to give away.
Oh, that's true. That
I'm
is
at
true.
-7, and I've got to somehow get to 13, which means I've got to somehow manufacture 20 points.
Oh boy, I'm a man of efficiency and economy, Roger. You know I don't like to. Let's see. Logan. Logan's gonna go to. He's gonna flip, going Zoc to Zoc, and but you can attack directly from there if you want to attack on the march. So that would be 12 versus 10. That's still a big attack. So yeah, I will continue to pass. Let's see what happens. If you do it, then fairly won.
Now I connect. Well, it still won't be a victory because the that's only 12 points if I can take it with Confederate adjacent.
That's true. That's true.
So I'll take Logan fatigue 3. So here's his movement now +1 because he's within friendly to friendly. So he has 5 movement points. And he is going to go Zoc to Zoc, but first and they'll transfer to him. But first he has to roll for extend, which is +1.
Plus 2 minus 1. Yeah, so net 1.
Yeah, because now, yeah, he's okay. So he can't attack because he's going Zoc to Zoc. That uses up all his movement points.
Correct.
Initiative. That's yours.
Okay. Well, so go for it. It's yours.
Yep. It's my only chance here. So I need a 1, 2, or a 3. If I bring them both in, I need a 1, 2, or a 3. If I bring one in, I would need a 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. And then I'd have to get a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
This is where I like to tell people always presume that you're only going to get one, right? And that it's just always because I'm Mr. Negativity. So, if it's me, you go with Logan because he's got more fatigues, right? And then,
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Logan. And here's the problem is I only got one shot at pulling off the assault attempt this way. I'm going to go with Carr. I'll bring them both in. Crocker, I don't have any idea what the odds are here. I mean,
okay,
I'm rolling ones all day long, but then I roll a 6 when I.
right. So anything but a 5 or a 6 on this, you should
Yep,
get them both.
do.
Okay,
Got them both.
there you go. Yep.
So I think this time it's a little better. I've got ratio covered. There's still no flank, so I have a type of a +1. Tactical is now still even. 14 to 14 manpower, and I have 8 artillery pieces to your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's +3. So I have artillery covered. I think it's a +1.
+1, yeah.
So here we go. +1. And it's a 1.
Jeez.
Yes. The
Hey,
streak continues.
here's the defense. It's a 1 also. Wow. He hates us equally.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
me,
So +1, you got a +1, and you had 14.
that's another
So
manpower loss.
mother, yeah, and I've got 14, and it's yeah. So it's an exchange on that.
First manpower loss? Wow.
Too many
Okay.
bodies in one space. All right. So
Yeah, the Great Battle of Baptist Church has gone down into history.
that's right. And we'll take it off the slowpoke gist. He'll go there, and he'll flip, and bam, bam. Okay.
Okay, I'll roll initiative. It's yours.
I'll pass.
Okay, gallery. Who's got the great strategic plan to pull me out of this? I'm going to pass. Oh, wait, I've got Ransom.
Not ransom.
I just scrolled around. Ransom's down there with his 2 manpower to come rushing to the vestry. I'm going to pass. I think this game is, as they say at the basketball game, this game is over.
Over. All right. So final score positives for you. You have
1 point.
3. Yeah. Well, you got. Yeah. You've got. Well, you got 2
2,
positive
yeah,
because
2,
you get
yeah.
a manpower plus your
Tree.
retreat,
Yay,
and
me.
then minus 3 for me and 6 manpower. So minus 9. So what? -7.
Minus 7 for a Confederate decisive victory.
So that's 2 back to back. The Confederacy, but for vastly different reasons.
Vastly different reasons, yeah.
So yeah, we'll turn here. I'll start here. I did absolutely nothing spectacular. The die roller was my total friend today. I got 6s all the time, without a doubt. For a 2-turn scenario, luck was completely on the Confederate side. All I did, the only major choice I did, if I'm using my NFL simile and metaphor here, is I just packed the line, right? I made it untenable for you to get flanks. Obviously, the first choice of taking away 3 victory points, I think, just because I was adjacent to start there, so why wouldn't I pick that? -3 right off the top, and then just said, okay, I'm going to let you come to me in whatever form, and I'm just going to keep the internal lines open, prevent flanks, and I had far more movement rolls than I needed most of the time in But in clutch moments when I needed to get them from here over to here, I I was in a really good spot, and the die roller just absolutely smited you today. It was all ones on movement, ones and twos, and just really unfortunate combat rolls. Even if I rolled poorly, just it offset your total uh, your total opportunities with whatever pluses you had. So this one really came down to a very lucky day for the Confederates. I did nothing so strategic other than just like, okay, defend the space, and I think that's unfortunate for a basic scenario that it just comes down to that. But it's not like there's no agency involved. I mean, you and I puzzled over some things about, oh gosh, do I you know leave Logan unchecked here? Is he going to sneak around? So there were some key crossroads that I felt like I needed to defend. I had Lee way back here most of the time, just trying to keep an eye on you, but at the same time, I'm keeping you wrapped up. So as long as I can deprive you from all the moving parts that you have in your toolkit, I felt like I was fairly successful doing that. But ultimately, you took 3 shots, 4 shots at the big enchilada, and it never went so well with Grand Assaults because Sherman and Grant are vastly overrated in this particular scenario today, apparently. So
Apparently.
so that's all for me.
Well, I think you could look back and go, I think the decision I made when you chose, and I felt that was an excellent choice, the Baptist Church, because you were going to grab that right away. And and that put me a -3 hole, and I started looking at, okay, how can I win the scenario? And I felt like I had to make an attempt to get that first route, and I felt like I had a reasonable chance with McPherson down in the Reynolds Mars Hill Church. Where were we? Fleetwood Post Office area.
Yeah.
And I just needed to get an initiative go my way. I needed, that first attack on the march, trying to set up a +4 flank on the next attack. Fail, fail, fail. I needed so many times. Even when I rolled a 1, there were times I just needed a 2 or better. And I got a 1 on march. Sherman clearly took his time, which affected how many chances I couldn't threaten Baptist Cemetery at all till this turn. I was hoping to get him up to where he was at least something you had to worry about. And force marched a lot because I felt like I had to get going. And it didn't pay off, really, the force marching. Other than if I hadn't force marched, I doubt I'd be in a position to even make the attempts I did. And it's a question of, okay, even if I take Baptist Church, it's only worth 12 points. I dug myself such a hole that I needed to make these low odds. I couldn't afford to take the time to try to get a better attack because I had to keep fatigues in my pocket to at least try to drive you away
Right.
after I took it. I couldn't afford to get everybody exhausted. Of course, in the end, I got everybody exhausted and I didn't take it. So yeah, you guys did a good. You have your army together and
Yeah,
organized.
we were united, and for me, it was just a checklist of okay, and it was usually tied to my breathing, shallow breathing. When I'm like, okay, Sherman's down there in Jackson, and then you rolled that first one, and I went, okay, I can breathe a little easier. He's not coming just yet because I was waiting for that juggernaut, and the when he became less of a factor into turn 2, I was okay. I've set things up. I've prepared for all approaches. I've covered flanks. That's that's realistically, and that's why for so many of you were wondering why do you pass? It's like, well, do no harm. Let him
Yeah.
come to you. Let him attack you, and let the die roll do whatever it's going to do. And I think Baptist Cemetery is a very unique choice because it's totally dependent on the fact that an early success for the CSA getting Johnston up close is going to give you the opportunity to say, "Ha ha! I deprive you of 3 points." I really like the Baptist Cemetery choice. I think it's my mind is still a whir because of all the little things going on here, but I think there's a little more to this, and I suspect from the notes, it really does fall into like it's either all this Brownsville or it's for the more conventional. Let's stack them, pack them, and rack them. Let's see what happens here. So good game. I feel for you, man. I've had a lucky day. Woo! Going back to what I was thinking before was that priority checklist. It's like, okay, if you can just immediately, I love that in some of these scenarios where they're like, okay, 18 points. If you can just, all right, well, if I can keep him from that and just let him go to the 12 or the 6, then perhaps we can offset it with some other gotchas like the -3 and your attempts at getting some route points and realizing that that is keeping you underwater. And I really appreciate that because then you get more desperate and you have to take the 18. But is the 18 going to win the game for you? So
Right.
there's some things that you could do to offset that from moment to moment. I really appreciate that in the scenario design. So kudos to Joe and Chris for that.
Yeah, heading in the route and retreat points sort of gives you that. Okay, you've got to fight some battles, which we did the last time too. And this one we didn't really do any much fighting on round one, but round two or day one, day two, a lot of combat. It really and I was trying to get that route points. I needed those route points, and I didn't get them. That's four
Yeah,
points, which would have instead of getting manpower losses, I would have got and I thought at one point I had you set up for retreat losses, and of course I got punched in the nose and ah, put it behind you, Roger. Put it behind you.
that's right. It goes both ways on that first attack. You're like, okay, I'm going to set the tone here. I'm going to get those 4 points, and I'm going to make the Confederate reel a little bit because now I'm being chased and everything. And then Tillman just sat there and took it and went, okay, this is a different day one than last time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but this was wonderful. We'll put scenario 8 into the books, and we will move on to the next one.
This is success.
This is success. That's right. We will take a turn, of course, on that. So thanks everybody for watching this, and we hope you appreciate both the first and the second one. If you've stuck around to watch both of these to completion, we value you, and we love the fact that you're enjoying these. So please take a moment, leave your comments down there below in the comment section, and opine to your heart's content. That's what it's there for. And until next time, Roger, I'm going to remind them to click the like and subscribe, all that good stuff that all the YouTubers say. Do that, please. And we will reconvene next Sunday morning. And I hope you have a great week, man.
You too. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.